Welcome back to the Angry Man Podcast with Jason and Greg. So, Jay, we do have breaking news in regards to the fight, the big fight this weekend between Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. So, apparently, Ryan Garcia has come overweight 3.2 pounds. And instead of trying to actually make the weight, I think they've determined that he's not going to be able to make the weight. And they have decided to renegotiate the deal. So apparently, Devin Haney is going to get some incremental dollars because Ryan Garcia was unable to make the weight. But it's not going to be anything near the $500,000 per pound that they agreed upon yesterday. So, Jay, we did a video probably a few days ago and I can't remember if you were part of the video or not, but I know I was part of it. And basically, we talked about the fact that Ryan looked like he was struggling to make the weight. I mean, last week or the week before last, he looked a bit heavy for somebody who was trying to make 140 pounds. I got pushback saying that the WBC had been monitoring his weight and he was on track to make the weight. We've seen guys a lot of times monitoring or monitoring their weight and things of that nature, and they still end up missing weight, and that is what has occurred in this particular situation. I'm not surprised, Jay. Just the way that he looked a bit heavy. It looked like he had leaned out a lot and still looked like he was pretty sizey, Jay. Pause. Just considering the fact that, you know, the muscle mass, the width of the shoulders and things of that nature. He just looked like he was bigger than what 140 pounds would suggest. And now you got to question his dedication, Jay. Like, I thought the odds were somewhat low in terms of Ryan Garcia pulling out this fight due to his measurables, if you will. I thought he would make the fight a little bit more interesting than what we saw from a Regis Prograis. A little bit faster, younger, pretty much rangier than Regis Prograis. So I thought he'd make the fight a little bit more interesting. But with all the antics that we've seen over the last several weeks, I was hoping that they were just that, Jay. Just antics, things that he was doing in order to get up under Devin Haney's skin and or try to sell the fight. But in reality, I think he truly was having some type of, I don't know, meltdown, if you will, and wasn't necessarily taking this fight as serious as he did with Gervonta Davis. So in my mind, I just cannot see him winning. And I know we were supposed to do an official prediction, but I mean, just based off what we're seeing with everything that occurred over the last several weeks and the fact that he missed weight. The weight, Jay, for me is the telltale sign that there was a lack of discipline in camp and that Derrick James really didn't have everything under control as he would have liked to have had things under control. So maybe Ryan was drinking alcohol as a part of his camp. Maybe he was doing some of those things that he shouldn't have been doing. I think both of them are fairly big guys. I think Devin probably more than likely struggled to make that 140-pound limit as well. But Devin did have the discipline in order to make it. Ryan didn't. I predict that it's going to be an easy night for Devin Haney tomorrow night. Jay, what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I was on the video that we talked about that before, and I got pushback saying that he's going to be fine. He's a professional. He's going to lose the weight. Da 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 da. I'm like, I was a personal trainer for over 8 years, and I've seen how hard it is to lose that last, especially when you're already lean. You're lean as lean as he was. You're damn near going into muscle almost, basically at that point in time because he doesn't have much fat on him. So I mean, when he said it was like, I think it was like 6 point something pounds overweight last week. Mm-hmm. I'm like, it's gonna be hell to get that last 6 pounds off in 7 days and be able to rehydrate and be at your best to fight in a fight of this magnitude for him fighting Devin Haney. So I was like, yeah, it's not likely. I mean, I didn't think he was gonna make it to tomorrow just because of all the antics he was doing. But I got pushed back on that. Oh, he's fine. He's playing mind games. Who's playing mind games now that he's 3.2 pounds overweight? So even if he wins this fight tomorrow, he can't get the belt. I mean, it'll be something for him. But also, this brings into play about people talking about Tank fighting a weight drain Ryan. What is this? Are they going to say that about this when Devin fights him tomorrow? And, he struggled to make weight. He's, all sunken in and everything. Is that going to be a reason they say that Devin won this fight tomorrow? Would that be something? I mean, so come on, man. Ryan was not professional. He wasn't focused on this. We knew this. We knew all the answers he was doing was going to catch up with him. And it did. They had him talking about, people have rumors about him being out in NYC, on Monday, late night. He suppose he was getting side money for doing side gigs. That's not focus. You need to be getting your sleep up until fight night, until after the fight. You don't need to be doing all that stuff. People, there's rumors whether or not he was drinking or not. I don't know. I have no proof of that. But we do see he was out up late night on a Monday night. And then, he was made a big deal about not being able to throw the pitch out at a Mets game for whatever reason. But kids, man, focus fully, man. You don't play boxing. We'll see if this impacts this fight tomorrow. But coming in at 3.2 pounds overweight is not professional. Nothing about that is professional. So I mean, Ryan seems like he's more about being a character versus being a fighter right now. He could still very well win this fight tomorrow. He has a puncher's chance. He still has fast hands. Not saying he can't win this fight at all, but this right here is what I was worried about from the very beginning, him not being focused and dedicated to the sport like he's supposed to be for something like this. So him coming in at 3.2, that's a lot higher than what I thought. I thought he might miss it by maybe 1 something. But 3.2, that's a lot. That's, he really wasn't fully dedicated of his craft like he said he was. All those antics he did the other day in there, yelling and all that stuff here, want to make that bet, that handshake bet that he's going to make it on weight. And then you notice his dad's like, His dad was like, don't do it. And DJ was like, no. He's like, no, the little handshake, we knew it wasn't binding, but if I'm dead, I'm still going to poke at him about it. I'm like, hey, I want that money still. Just like, when Rolly, it was Chris Colbert when he got knocked out by Ryan. He said he was going to pay money to Ryan. He didn't pay him. Ryan said he let him off the hook. But this is not a good look for Ryan. We'll see if it shows in that fight tomorrow night.
Yeah, this is a sideshow fight, and honestly, I'm disappointed in it. And Jay, for a while, I had been looking forward to the fight. I really did, and I definitely wanted to see the fight. And now I'm not as interested in the fight. Ryan clearly has not been dedicated to the sport, and I don't see a viable option or a viable way for him to win the fight. And because I don't see a viable way for him to win the fight, I have less interest in the fight, right? Like I want to see somebody that came to the ring. Like it's one thing if he would have come in, a half a pound over, something like that. 3.2 pounds over. Jesus, like come on, man. Like clearly you weren't really doing what you needed to do in order to make the weight. You know what I mean? And not getting enough sleep if he was out late night in New York, that can affect your ability to lose weight. Not drinking enough water can affect your ability to lose weight. Not getting enough sleep can affect your ability to lose weight. Definitely if you're drinking alcohol with empty calories, that's enough to affect you from losing weight. So, I mean, I have no interest in the fight anymore. The undercard was already boo-boo. And now you got a fighter going into the ring that we know for a fact that what we saw over the last several weeks, it was Ryan Garcia being Ryan Garcia. It wasn't antics. And we now know that he's not going to go in there and put on a performance. And even if he did, it would be somewhat tainted because, I mean, they're going to say, well, he didn't have to come in to make the weight. So I heard, your argument about, are they going to say that he beat a weight drain? Well, he got the opportunity to come in overweight at 143. The argument will be made that if Devin struggles, that he had to come in at 140. And so Ryan had that advantage. So it is what it is. We'll see what ends up happening, but interesting stuff. You guys tell us what you think in the comment section. Ryan Garcia, breaking news, misses weight. I guess it's really not breaking news because we weren't really surprised that it actually happened, but it is what it is. Let us know what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to hit like, comment, and subscribe. This is the Angry Man Podcast, AM Sports Media, and we are out.